the first big victory for Boris Johnson since he was reconfirmed as Prime Minister last week in the general election. And talking to the Labour Party, we've had a number of conversations with senior Labour shadow cabinet figures already, and you can tell that they are quite bruised. They are being pushed on whether or not Jeremy Corbyn remains the right person to be making the case, making the argument about Brexit and opposing Boris Johnson in this environment where simply the Labour Party and the opposition parties don't have the numbers in order to try and challenge and change legislation because of the size of Boris Johnson's majority. I was talking to Tony Lloyd just now. He was saying that with the Commons numbers as they are, they can only really make arguments in the national interest, but then had to say that Jeremy Corbyn was doing a good job in terms of trying to make those arguments at the dispatch box in incredibly difficult circumstances. He rejected the idea that 3 more months of Jeremy Corbyn making arguments about Brexit and challenging Boris Johnson would be 3 months that were wasted for the Labour Party because he wasn't really landing any punches. He gave his speech earlier, much of it routine, much of it we'd heard during the general election campaign while Boris Johnson was trying to move on and move beyond. Talking to Tory and Labour MPs in the aftermath of this vote, both concede that Boris Johnson will have the full power of initiation in how Brexit gets done and the shape of our future relationship, both with the EU and with other countries, and they have very little power. This Parliament will feel incredibly different on those numbers that you had and the numbers that you saw in that vote just now, 124 majority, meaning the way that the government can operate, the freedom that they have is massively increased compared to Theresa May and Boris Johnson's last Parliament from 2017 to 2019.